Hey, what's up YouTube? Down in the Smartphone Guy coming back at you with another video, and today we're going to take a look at a special case for the iPhone 7. This is an ink case. So essentially what it is it turns your iPhone into a secondary display. So it gives you a secondary display for your iPhone is what I should say. That display is right here. Where's it at? 4.3 inches. So it's definitely not as large as the native display. So the native display is 4.7 inches. With the case, you're going to get a 4.3 inch display. So kind of cool. So there I have a picture of my daughter on the back of the iPhone 7 case at the moment. But in terms of some of the specs, so the the case itself has a 460 milliamp hour battery. It does use Bluetooth to connect to your phone, so that's how you're going to connect it to the iPhone. There are one tactile button and 3 touch buttons, so we'll go ahead and take a look at that in a little bit. So in terms of what you get with the case, so basically you just get the instruction booklets, and then you get the charging cable. One thing I definitely don't like is the fact that it has this cable that you're not going to use for anything else. So I'm not sure why they couldn't implement either the lightning port or even a micro USB would have been fine, but they didn't, so it is what it is. So in terms of the case itself, just kind of want to take a look at that. The case itself actually fits the phone really nicely. The buttons feel real good, and I do also like that it fits over the phone, and this thing holds the phone very tightly. So it actually comes with a little pick that you can use to try to pry off the case because, well, I don't know where I put it. Oh, here it is. All right, because you may have to use that because it fits very, very tightly around the phone. You're definitely not going to have to worry about the phone itself falling out of this case. There's no doubt about that. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and we're going to kind of show a few things that are available on the case, and yeah. So, and then show you how to use it as well. So I'm going to go ahead and hop out of here and log into the phone. So first thing you want to do when you get the case is you're going to want to download this app, Ink Case, and go in here. And it's going to give you some options down here at the bottom. We'll jump into those in a little bit. The next thing you want to do once you have Ink Case downloaded is you're going to go into your settings and make sure you have your Bluetooth turned on because that's how it's going to connect. And go back into Ink Case because you're not actually going to connect it to Bluetooth in the settings. You're going to connect it in the app. And then you're going to come down here into My Ink Case, and here you can see that right now it says no ink case, and that's because it's currently on standby mode. So like if I come in here, whoops, in the device list, so notice that it's probably going to say detecting ink case, and it doesn't find anything. So what I need to do is I push this button, hold this one down for 5 seconds. This will turn the ink case on. So this is, by the way, that's kind of my screensaver. So it kind of keeps that up on there. And go back. And now when I go into device list, there it is. Okay, it's connected. Okay, so you're going to have to do that every time unless you keep the device on. If you just keep it on all the time, that's not going to be an issue. That is an option, by the way. So I have it turned at auto power off at 2 hours. So I had it off long enough that it did shut off, but otherwise you can set that to anywhere from none, so it never shuts off, to 2 hours, so you can see the options that you have available there. So mine was shut off because of that. So we have some different languages. Obviously the device list is just to connect it. There are some settings for the reader, which we're not going to really jump into, just in terms of font basically is all that deals with there. So you can log into Twitter, so you can log in to get some Twitter pictures on here as well. Customize power off image, that's how I have this thing as my image on the back. So you can log into Pocket, so that is a feed, and so if you want a news feed, you can use Pocket there. So that's an option that's available. You can change the units, so that's for Celsius and Fahrenheit, meters and miles, and that's kind of cool because it actually connects to your health app. And can display that information on the case, which is kind of cool, in my opinion. So that's pretty much it. Just a few other things. There are some labs available, so that just allows you to change the widgets, get some different daily news. The only one I really messed with is the widgets there. So down here at the bottom, we have our various options. So there's reader. So there are some books that come built in. If you want a book that isn't available here, obviously, you're probably going to want to read a different book, you're going to have to get an EPUB. So check out their videos, because they do have some videos available that show you how to actually get an EPUB on here. I'm not going to go through that whole setup just because that would make this video probably overly long, but they have some videos available that you can check out. And actually, when you download the app, it jumps right into that. That's the first thing it's going to show you as a video. Then for the photos, basically you can just go in and you can change the photos that show up here when the display is shut off. So this is just some basic photos that they have in here. So these are the ones that they have kind of just come stock on here. Some of them are directions, actually, as you can see. So it just gives you some information, and there's the picture that I have on there. Let's get out of that. So we can put new pictures on there if we want. This is read later, so that would be if you're using that Pocket app. So you can see that I'm obviously not using that right now. Let's see, dismiss that and go into widgets. So widgets are going to display different information here. So you can see that I can display all this to the back of the case. So it's sending it now. And it looks like I might have hit some buttons here. All right, so now we're back into that. But I can send that out to, we can update the widget. And we can send that, anyways, we could send that to the case if we wanted to, and then we're back into the My Ink case. So that's what's available there. A couple other things I wanted to show you in terms of navigation. So let's say we're in the reader, and we're going here, and we want to go into Alice in Wonderland, send to the ink case. So what's going to do, it's going to ship that out to the back. That takes just a moment, and that's every time, actually. So no matter how many times you've read the book, you're going to have to do this every single time. So that's a little bit frustrating because of the time there. But yeah, so then it's going to jump in here, hopefully. There it is. Okay. So it takes a moment, obviously, as you can see. And there it is. Okay, so now we can just kind of navigate through the book using these capacitive buttons here. And if we want to get out of that, we double tap here. And this will give us our various options. So we can go up to the photo gallery. So that's going to jump into the photo options. Double tap. So we're double tapping this OK button there. And then we can go down here, and that's going to take us back to the book. We can go into widgets. So if we want to display those widgets that I mentioned earlier, that's how we're going to display them. So we can see the current temperature, some reminders, and then the step count in miles. So again, that's connected to your health app, which is kind of cool. And we can navigate through various widgets, so we can change which widgets are available. And you do that in those settings earlier that I mentioned, or that I showed you earlier. And then we have this thing, which I'm not really sure what this is. It just gives you some information about the ink case, and I haven't really figured out how to change this. If anyone knows how you make the change to that one, that'd be great to know. But otherwise, I think it's just kind of stuck on that pinned option there. So anyway, so if you just want to display maybe a picture, just to kind of give your case a little bit of flavor to it, you can do that. And obviously, probably the main reason why you want this is for books. So definitely check out the video about how to get the books onto the iPhone. So with that being said, that's it for this video. Thanks for watching, and I will see you all in the next video. Peace.